Once upon a time, in a lush green village nestled at the foot of the rolling hills of Africa, there lived two sisters, Olivia and Luna. The village of Otejuma was known for its vast farmlands, vibrant markets, and warm-hearted people. Olivia, the elder sister, was a sight to behold. From a young age, her beauty had been the talk of the village. Her skin was as smooth as polished ebony, and her eyes, dark and deep, sparkled like the night sky. Olivia's long black hair flowed like the streams that wrought round the village, and her lips were the color of ripe cherries. Men, young and old, sought her attention, but she had no interest in any of them. To Olivia, her beauty was not meant for just any man, it was a treasure she had carefully guarded, waiting for the right moment, the right man, someone wealthy, someone powerful, someone who could elevate her above the simple life in Otejuma. The village suitors, or those smitten by her allure, were deemed unworthy in her eyes. Farmers, traders, and hunters, no matter how honorable, could not meet her high standards. Olivia dreamt of life in the city, where fortunes were made, and she was certain her beauty was the key to securing a prosperous future. Her younger sister, Luna, was also beautiful in her own way, but what set her apart was not her looks, it was her heart. Luna was kind, compassionate, and respectful. While Olivia basked in the attention of admirers, Luna remained grounded. She helped their mother with the chores, waking up at dawn to sweep the compound, fetch water from the well, prepare meals, and clean the house. Luna's humility and diligence made her beloved in the village. Where Olivia attracted admiration for her beauty, Luna won hearts through her grace. One fateful afternoon, as the sun hung high in the sky, a stranger arrived in Otejuma. He rode into the village on a horse, the likes of which the villagers had never seen before, tall, strong, and majestic. The man was dressed in fine clothes, a tailored suit that spoke of wealth and sophistication. His name was John, and whispers soon spread that he was from the city, a businessman of great wealth. That day, as fate would have it, Luna had gone to the village well to fetch water. The well was situated at the edge of the village, near a grove of ancient baobab trees, and was the gathering place for women and children in the late afternoons. As she lowered her bucket into the well, John spotted her from afar. Something about the way she moved, her quiet grace, and the way her laughter mingled with the breeze caught his attention. John was drawn to her instantly. He approached her, offering to help with the heavy bucket of water. Luna, feeling shy, politely declined. "Thank you very much, but I can handle it myself. Besides, it's not that heavy," Luna said. "Please, I insist," John replied. "It's not nice for a beautiful lady like yourself to be going through this stress. Let me assist you, at least just today." Feeling much more shy now, Luna accepted his assistance. Together, they walked back to her family's compound, where John introduced himself. As they exchanged pleasantries, there was an undeniable spark between them, one that neither could ignore. John's eyes lingered on Luna as she spoke, her voice soft yet confident. Over the next few weeks, John found excuses to visit the village more often. He would always find a reason to pass by Luna's home, whether it was to buy goods at the market or to speak with the village elders. Each time, his eyes would search for Luna. They began to spend more time together, and soon, it became clear to everyone in the village that John's heart belonged to Luna. It wasn't long before John asked Luna for her hand in marriage. Her parents were overjoyed. John was exactly the kind of man they had hoped for their daughter. Luna, though overwhelmed by the sudden attention and her quick assent to love, agreed to marry him. Their wedding was the talk of the village for months. The ceremony was grand, a celebration filled with dancing, music, and feasting that lasted for days. But there was one person who watched all of this with growing bitterness, and that was Olivia, Luna's elder sister. "I had seen him first, he should be mine and not hers," Olivia reasoned to herself, and in her heart, she believed that John should have married her instead. He was wealthy, handsome, and from the city, everything she had ever dreamed of in a man. And yet, it was Luna, her younger sister, who had captured his heart. Olivia sided in silence as she watched her sister, her plain and simple younger sister, take the very life she had envisioned for herself. After the wedding, John whisked Luna away to the city. He built her a beautiful home, adorned her with fine clothes, and showered her with love. Luna's life was now a world away from the village of Otejuma. Though she loved her husband and the new life they were building together, she never forgot her roots. She visited her family often, bringing gifts and stories of her life in the city. But each time she came home, Olivia's jealousy only grew. Olivia's resentment began to fester like a wound that wouldn't heal. She told herself that it was unfair. Why should Luna, her younger sister, who never sought wealth or prestige, have it all while she, Olivia, was left behind with nothing? The more she thought about it, the more her envy consumed her. It was then that Olivia devised a plan to take what she believed should have been hers all along. The next time Luna came to visit the village, Olivia was unusually kind to her. She complimented her sister's beauty, praised her life in the city, and even brought up how much she missed her. Luna, unsuspecting of her elder sister's ulterior motives, felt touched by Olivia's words. She had always admired her elder sister and longed for their bond to be closer. When Olivia asked if she could come to the city for a visit, Luna eagerly agreed. She was excited to show her sister the life she had built with John and believed it would bring them closer together. A few weeks later, Olivia arrived in the city. Luna welcomed her with open arms, showing her around their luxurious home, introducing her to friends, and taking her to grand parties. Olivia was impressed by the grandeur but remained focused on her goal. She began subtly planting seeds of discord in John's mind, constantly complimenting him, flirting with him, and dressing provocatively whenever Luna wasn't around. John, at first, paid no attention to Olivia's advances. He was a devoted husband and loved Luna deeply. But Olivia was persistent. Each time she found a moment alone with him, she would whisper sweet words into his ear, telling him how much better suited they were for each other. John found himself battling his own desires. Olivia was undeniably beautiful, and the temptation was strong, but he reminded himself of his love for Luna. One evening, Luna had to attend to some family business in the village, leaving John and Olivia alone in the house. Olivia seized the opportunity. "Today be today, John will be mine," she said to herself. She dressed in a revealing gown and approached John with a sultry smile. She praised his looks, his success, and his wealth, drawing closer to him with every word. "You deserve more," she whispered, her voice dripping with seduction. "You deserve a woman who understands the life of luxury you live. A woman like me. Take a look at me, what don't I have?" John's heart raced, and for a brief moment, he almost gave in. Olivia's beauty was overwhelming, and the desire that stirred within him was undeniable. But just as he reached for her, something stopped him, a memory of his wife, Luna. Her kindness, her loyalty, the way she made him feel whole. John pulled back, his face flushed with guilt. "No," he said, his voice firm. "I love Luna. She is my wife, and I will not betray her." Olivia's face twisted in anger. She had come so close to achieving her goal, but John's rejection burned like a hot iron. She stormed out of the room, fuming with rage and humiliation. When Luna returned from the village, John couldn't keep the secret any longer. He told her everything: how Olivia had tried to seduce him, how he had nearly given in, and how he had ultimately refused her. Luna was devastated. She had always looked up to Olivia, loved her as a sister, and now that trust was shattered. Confronting Olivia was one of the hardest things Luna had ever done. Her voice trembled as she asked her sister, "Why would you do this? Why would you try to destroy my marriage?" Olivia, unable to meet her sister's eyes, had no answer. She knew she had gone too far. The shame and guilt weighed heavily on her, but her pride refused to let her apologize. Instead, she gathered her things and left, returning to Otejima without a word of remorse. Back in the village, Olivia's reputation suffered. Word spread quickly about her attempt to seduce John, and soon, the villagers who had once admired her beauty now viewed her with suspicion. Olivia had become a cautionary tale of greed and envy, a reminder that beauty and ambition alone were not enough to guarantee happiness. Luna, on the other hand, found strength in the love she shared with John. Their marriage, though tested, became stronger. They moved past the incident with Olivia, determined not to let it define them. Luna forgave her sister, though Olivia never sought forgiveness. And with time, Luna's heart healed. Life in the city continued, but Luna made sure to stay connected to her roots. She visited Otejima often, not just to see her family but to remind herself of where she came from and the values that had shaped her. Though her relationship with Olivia remained strained, she held on to the hope that one day, her sister would find peace within herself. As for Olivia, she spent her days in the village, reflecting on her actions and the life she had lost. Her beauty, once her greatest asset, had become a burden. And though she never said it aloud, deep down, she knew that in her quest for wealth and power, she had sacrificed the one thing that mattered most: family. In the end, both sisters learned that love, loyalty, and humility were worth far more than riches or beauty. And while the scars of their conflict remained, so did the bond of blood that, in its own way, tied them together forever. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel for more interesting stories like this. God richly bless you. Catch you in the next video.